Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows of the night, especially in the folklore of Guatemala? The darkness is not simply an absence of light, but a vast canvas where legends and nightmares come to life, twisting and turning in the depths of our imagination. Today, we pull back the curtain on one such tale, a story that has sent shivers down generations. A tale so chilling and eerie, it has become an integral part of Guatemalan folklore. Meet MA HORA, a terrifying figure that haunts not just the night, but the very essence of fear itself. This figure, this entity, is no ordinary specter. It is a symbol, a representation of the very horrors that lie dormant in the hearts of men, waiting to be awakened by the right whisper in the dark. So are you prepared to confront your fears? To look into the eyes of the unknown? Let's delve into the chilling tale of MA HORA, shall we? Every legend has a beginning, and MA HORA is no exception. To understand the terror of MA HORA, we must first delve into its inception, to the very seeds from which this chilling tale sprouted. In the heart of an era long past, in a land shrouded in mist and mystery, was born the entity we know as MA HORA. The circumstances of its creation remain as enigmatic as the entity itself. Some say it was born out of unspeakable grief, a sorrow so profound that it took form and life. Others claim it was the bitter fruit of a curse, a dark enchantment cast in the throes of vengeance. Regardless of its roots, Louisiana MA HORA first made its presence known in a small isolated village. It began subtly, a whisper in the wind, a shiver down the spine, a sense of unease that seemed to permeate the air. Then came the sightings, a figure cloaked in shadow, fleeting glimpses at the corner of one's eye, gone as soon as they were seen. Yet the memory of its spectral presence lingered, instilling a deep-seated dread that unsettled even the bravest souls. The village was soon engulfed in a state of panic. Sleep became a luxury as nightmares plagued the sleepers, and fear gripped the waking hours. The specter seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at once, an omnipresent terror that lurked in the shadows. As the tales of MA HORA spread beyond the village borders, so did its influence. It was as though the more the name was spoken, the stronger the entity became. The legend became a cautionary tale, a chilling bedtime story told to keep children in line, and a dark myth that sent shivers down the spines of the bravest warriors. Yet behind the tales and the fear, Louisiana MA HORA remained an enigma, its true nature as elusive as the entity itself. Its motives, its desires, its very essence, all shrouded in mystery, fueling the dread and the fascination that surrounded it. And so, the terror of MA HORA began to spread. With its inception, Louisiana MA HORA began its reign of terror. As the specter of this malevolent entity manifested, an era of dread and trepidation unfolded. MA HORA, a name whispered with fear and apprehension, became an embodiment of the inescapable and uncontrollable horrors that lurk in the shadows of our world. Its presence was felt through a series of terrifying occurrences that sent shivers down the spine of even the bravest. The stories told of MA HORA were not of a mere boogeyman, but of an entity so horrifying, so chilling, that it could freeze the blood in one's veins. The ghastly acts attributed to this entity were not random acts of violence, but calculated strategies designed to instill a deep, paralyzing fear. People from all walks of life were subject to its torment. It was no respecter of persons or status. It left no stone unturned, no corner untouched. Its influence was felt in the quietest whispers of the wind, in the darkest corners of the night. Its reign was not of a physical dominion, but a psychological one. It held a tight grip on the minds and spirits of the people, its terror seeping into the very fabric of their existence. The fear it instilled was not merely a product of its horrifying acts, but of the uncertainty and unpredictability surrounding it. The dread of MA HORA was in its unknown, in the anticipation of its next move. It was the fear of the unseen, the unexplained, the unknowable. It was a fear that transcended the physical and touched the depths of the human psyche. A fear that was as real as the entity itself. Every tale told, every account given, painted an image of terror that was as vivid as it was horrifying. MA HORA was not just a name or a story. It was a force, a presence, a reign of terror that left a profound impact on those who encountered it. MA HORA left a trail of fear and chaos in its wake. But what made MA HORA truly terrifying was not what it did, but what it represented. Our minds are a vast labyrinth, a complex tapestry woven with threads of emotions, memories, and fears. Each fear is unique yet universally shared, a paradox that binds us as human beings. MA HORA, the faceless horror, is the embodiment of these fears. It is not just a creature lurking in the shadows, it is a metaphorical mirror reflecting our deepest anxieties and insecurities. In the heart of the night, when the world is cloaked in silence, our minds begin to wander and our fears take shape. MA HORA thrives in these moments, feeding on our vulnerabilities, growing stronger with each shudder of dread. Its terror is not physical, but psychological, striking a primal chord within us, a reminder of our human fragility. This entity, this unseen horror, does not rely on brute force or physical intimidation. Instead, it uses the most potent weapon of all, the human mind. It exploits our inherent fear of the unknown, the unseen, and the unexplained. It is not the monster under the bed or the ghost in the attic. It is the fear of loss, the dread of failure, the anxiety of insignificance. MA HORA is a grim reminder that our fears are not always external, but often lie within us. It symbolizes the dark corners of our psyche, the parts we hide from the world and sometimes from ourselves. It is a manifestation of the human condition, a testament to our shared experiences of fear and anxiety. In its essence, Louisiana MA HORA is not just a creature of horror, but a symbol of our collective fear. Its formless figure, its faceless presence, is a chilling testament to the power of our minds and the depth of our fears. It is not the horror we see that terrifies us, but the horror we imagine. MA HORA was not just a monster, but a manifestation of our deepest fears. Despite the passage of time, the legend of MA HORA endures. This chilling tale continues to grip the hearts of many, reaching into our deepest fears and touching our shared human experience. The story's enduring popularity is not merely a testament to its horror, but also to its cultural significance. MA HORA is more than just a ghost story. It's a reflection of our collective anxieties, our dread of the unknown, and our struggle with mortality. It's a narrative that transcends borders and time, tapping into universal themes that resonate with us all. Even as we've advanced technologically and scientifically, the allure of these timeless tales persists, reminding us that some mysteries remain unsolved, some horrors unfathomable. This is the power of legend. It is a mirror held up to our society, reflecting our deepest fears and hopes, our triumphs and our tragedies. And so, even today, the terrifying tale of MA HORA continues to haunt us,